Hello, this is Craig, and this is another mindfulness video. This one is about sitting with emotions. Now, we've done a mindful sitting video where we're just sitting and watching things be and move around us. We do the same with our emotions when we notice them. So, we're going to do a guided meditation in this video where we try and sit with an emotion because it can be tricky. It depends on the emotion, of course. Now, for example, you might be in a supermarket queue and you might be getting annoyed at the supermarket queue. So annoyance is there, and annoyance is coming up inside you. But rather than carry on thinking about how awful the supermarket queue is, instead of that, you turn away from your thinking of a situation, you come into your body. That's what sitting with an emotion means. It's like, I'm noticing, my awareness is telling me that I'm getting annoyed. I feel annoyance. So, okay. I'm not going to be thinking, if only this outside thing would change, my annoyance would go away. It's like this outside thing, in this case a supermarket queue, has triggered annoyance here in my body. So I can take care of my emotion. It's very powerful. We can actually take care of our own emotions. We don't have to blame the outside world anymore for them. We notice that the outside world can sometimes give us an emotion, or sometimes a thought of something can give us an emotion. This is what we're going to practice today. So you notice and you get an emotion like annoyance. It's like, okay, annoyance, my old friend, here you are. You're here. I accept that you're here. In fact, I welcome that you're here because you're guiding me to become mindful again. Your body is always sending you signals. These emotions are kind signals from your body for you to come back to the moment and to stop thinking, because the thinking is what generates these emotions and makes them bigger. So anxiety comes from a lot of thinking about what if and worrying about the future that hasn't arrived yet. But the more you think about that future, your anxiety gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So with mindfulness, we let go of the thought because that's what feeds the emotions, and we comfort the emotion in us. That's what sitting with an emotion is. It's like, okay, anxiety, you're here, my old friend. You visit me often, but you're here. And because it's here, you can then identify in your body where anxiety is. What is it doing in your body? Is it giving you butterflies in your tummy? Is it making your heart beat faster? Annoyance is similar. Are you sweating? Is your heart pounding? All these emotions do different things in your body. But when you sit with the feeling, or even in a supermarket queue, you could be standing, but you're still feeling that annoyance. You're like, well, where's annoyance in my body? Can I bring attention with my awareness back to the here and now? Let's stop judging that poor sales assistant for taking ages. Let's stop judging that person in front who's got 300 items. I'm here. Breathe. I'll start by breathing. So breathing in, breathing out. Let me ground myself to this moment. Feel the ground under my feet, whether I'm sitting or standing. You're grounding yourself in the moment. How am I feeling? Annoyed, anxious, angry. It doesn't really matter what the emotion is, but you're feeling it. So it's like, right, I need to take care of this. So your body is sending you these signals, and if you're aware of them, you can catch them and you can pause and you can be with them. And what happens is, when you're with the emotion, rather than pushing them away, rather than distracting yourself from it, rather than constantly thinking about it, we comfort the emotion. And it's just like if a young child was to come up to you and say, I am anxious. What would we say to that child? We'd probably like to sit with the child, maybe give them a hug, assure them that they're okay. It's okay. You're anxious. I'll sit with you while that anxiety does what it needs to do because it will come, it's waking us up to the moment, and off it trundles. I'm going to sit with you. This is what we would do with a child. We wouldn't tell the child to go away. We wouldn't tell the child to distract itself from the anxiety. We're no different. So when anxiety or anger or annoyance comes, it's our inner child just wanting some attention. It's wanting some kindness, and it's wanting some presence from us, some peacefulness from us. So we're going to have a go right now, just to get a flavour of it for you. So I invite you to close your eyes. I'll hit my singing bowl. Here it is. Close your eyes and I'll guide you through this 5-minute meditation. Okay, here we are. So just begin by noticing your breath. Noticing your in-breath. Noticing your out-breath. Feeling the air as you breathe in. Feeling the air as you breathe out. Breathing in, you know you're breathing in. Breathing out, you know you're breathing out. Just getting a sense of how you're feeling just now in this moment. Maybe there's an emotion there already. And just grounding yourself to the moment, feeling the ground under your feet. Just smiling if you can, just observing how you feel. Breathing in awareness. Breathing out calmness. So I just very gently just want you to visualize a time in your past that caused you some discomfort, maybe made you angry or annoyed. Or maybe there's an issue at the moment that you're wrestling with. Just have that image of that issue, person, whatever it is in your mind. And then just turning inward, just notice if this image or this issue causes you any emotion in your body. Maybe the thought of this thing starts to worry you or annoy you or make you sad. And just see if you can notice where that emotion is in your body. Is it tension in your tummy or your chest? Or are you frowning in your face? Is there any heaviness? And whatever you're feeling, just send kindness to that feeling. You can imagine kindness as a warm glow in your body. And just welcome in the feelings that you're having. Just accept that they're there. And just breathe with what's there, just letting go of thoughts and allowing your breath just to comfort the areas that are tense, whether it's your tummy or your chest or your head. Breathing in calmly, breathing out easily. Visualize giving your emotion hugs. Just knowing that they're there for you to wake you up to the moment, to help you to relax and calm down. And that nothing outside, nothing in this image, this person is the real cause of these emotions. They may just trigger emotions that are already there. Just accept and hug all the emotions that are there. Noticing as you breathe whether the emotion is shifting in you, can move. Maybe it's easing. Maybe with each breath you become calmer, more at peace. So just taking a few more conscious breaths. And just when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to where you are. Okay, thank you so much for having a go at sitting with emotions. So, as I say, emotions come from something that happens, and a lot of the time we can hold on to what's happened in the past, and that can generate annoyance in us. A supermarket queue has happened, then we're annoyed. So when we're annoyed, we're actually in the past thinking about the supermarket queue. But you let go of the thinking and you come back to now. Annoyance is here. And annoyance is fine. It's okay to be annoyed. It's just sending you a signal. Maybe you're worried about being late for something else, or maybe there's anxiety as well as annoyance there. There could be all sorts of things, even in the supermarket queue example. So, as I say, we come back to our body, we welcome the feeling. That's the most important thing, because our mind is always like, I don't want to be this way. I don't want to feel anxious. I don't want to feel annoyed. But if you are, then you are. And that's fine. That's what reality is telling you, is that at this moment, anxiety is here. At this moment, annoyance is here. And that's totally okay. We're all allowed to have emotions. So notice when your mind is pushing away emotions and doesn't want them, or you're distracting yourself from them by maybe doing something joyful like eating cake. It's like, I can't cope with anxiety. I'm going to eat a big slice of chocolate cake here. The thing is, you eat the cake and the anxiety is still there. The emotions get bigger when they're neglected, when you don't notice them. That's why they get bigger, because your body's trying to wake you up. So if you go through all day with a sort of grumpiness, a slight annoyance, an irritability perhaps, by the end of the day, you could be really grumpy, you could be really miserable, really moody. And it's because you've not taken care of the grumpiness earlier on. It just gets bigger. So don't distract yourself from emotional responses. They're really good, they're really important for you. Be with them, send them kindness, just as we did in the meditation. It's kind of like, yep, it's here. I feel grumpy. So I'm breathing with this grumpiness. I'm hugging my grumpiness. Has grumpiness changed? Is it moving in my body? Where is grumpiness? It's good to get curious about where it is. Often it can be in our face. We can be tense as well. We can constrict our body. So you can open your body. You can try and smile. Notice the difference that can make to your emotional state. But if you're pausing and you're stopping and you're doing this practice and you're not thinking about the thing that's caused that emotion in you, it doesn't mean that you don't go and try and solve the problem. But often it's better first to be with your emotion, to calm it down, to let it shift, because it will flow, it will come and it will go eventually. And the more you sit with it, actually, it goes quicker, it goes away quicker. So your anxiety gets less, your annoyance gets less. The more you practice this, eventually you'll find that you don't really get annoyed. You don't really get that panicky about things. You're kind of more level. You're more peaceful because your awareness is always there, just as I said in the sitting meditation video. So if you can befriend your emotions, if you can breathe with them, you'll find that you control them. They're not controlling you. So feeling out of control, feeling panicky is because you're up here. And it's like, what if, and I'm rushing and I don't know how to cope and this is too much. You want to come away from thinking and into being. Sit for a while. You can have a cup of tea if it's a particularly difficult thing. And you can only obviously sit with what you feel you're comfortable to sit with. So it's important, if it's too hard, too painful, then you don't want to go down there just yet. But you want to still try and notice how it's making you feel now and try and calm yourself down with some breathing. Breathing is the best way to calm your emotions. Not thinking, just being, just sitting. Allow the emotion to come and go. So I hope that's been a useful video. And thank you again for watching me. And been lovely to be doing these videos with you. So take care, everybody, and I'll see you again another time. Bye just now.